Damn. Cooler and a flyer too.
What's good? What's good, everybody? A1 family, what it do? You already know where you at. Back at the show that's cool and fly to A1 Forever Sports. I am Chris Tip Moore, joined by my man A1 Spitty Smith right here, man. Smitty Sports Machine. And hey man, first of all, shout out to each and everybody who's tuning in, who was there to begin with, man. And we just want to talk about some Falcons hot topics, man. It's been some very hot topics going on this week and we're going to discuss them. But first and foremost, before we even get into those hot topics, Falcon news still. Eli Anku was signed, and because Josh Ali is going to the IR. And I wanted to get your thoughts about Mr. Anku, Mr. Smitty,
One of my
and of
favorite
course,
players.
introduction.
One of my favorite players, Parker Hess, going to the IR too. But that's neither here
Yeah, I
nor
was
there.
going to touch on that.
But Eli Anku has been around for a while, man. He's in his seventh season out of UCLA. He started his career in Jacksonville, actually, where he had his best year, where he had, I think, a sack and a half his rookie season. As I look at it, he got 43 tackles and 2.5 sacks in those first 6 seasons. 33 games, started 3 of those. But I think what he brings to Atlanta is a stout run stopper. He's 6'4", 325, so he's going to eat up space, and it's something that they definitely need, something that we talked about before. Hard, having problems stopping the run. I think you sign a big body like this, and they did sign him to the 53-man roster. So look for him possibly Sunday. So big body that can eat up space, and probably to give Calais Campbell a little bit of break too. He's going to take, I think, Albert Huggins and Joe Gaziano, who were inactive last week. He's going to probably take up that spot on the roster from one of them. So Eli Anku, another solid signing. Hey, and remember, he was with the Falcons in 2021 in the practice squad last year.
Yeah, speaking of practice squad, Frank Darby was also signed to the practice squad as well. Indeed, just like we were saying, Josh Ali to the IR, and also Parker Hess to the IR with an undisclosed injury. So not too sure exactly what's going on with that, but we know how valuable Parker Hess is. That's why he was still kept on the practice squad anyway. So Frank Darby gets his shot back at the Atlanta Falcons. Me personally, I don't see Frank Darby making the 53 unless something happens, and we don't want anything to happen, but I don't see him making the 53. What do you say?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. It could be a possibility he could be a call up down the road if he sticks around long enough. He's only got 2 catches for 29 yards, man, in 3 seasons. Yep. And I actually thought that he was going to be more of an impact type guy. He's played in 15 games throughout his career. His first season, he played 53% of the special team snaps as a gunner. So if he does come back, I think that is the type role that he's going to, be applied to again. I don't see him making a difference in the offense. But special teams, I could definitely see that.
Indeed, because that's where he was thriving in training camp anyway, with special teams. He had a few good catches that, we seen from highlights and everything, but special teams was where he was thriving, and I believe that's where he was going to be able to kind of make the team anyway. So indeed, I can definitely see that point of him being a special teams player. But as far as him really just making the wide receiving core like a really just a staple in the wide receiving core, I just don't see that. Like you said, 2 catches, 29 yards. Now, I mean, I guess to his credit, both of them were first downs. But outside of that, really haven't seen too much from Frank Darby to see promise going into the future about Mr. Darby.
Right.
And I actually caught some of that cool video you just recently did, man, about Randy Gregory as well, man. And Gregory, I think, would be a good addition to the Falcons just because he should be actually kind of cheap right now. I seen that the Broncos are going to be still paying him a nice pretty penny and add him to 10 million to be exact, and to add him to the Falcon core defensive core. I believe they were saying something about a lack of effort. I don't believe
Yeah,
it'll be a lack of effort around a guy like Calais Campbell, around a guy like Grady Jarrett, you know what I'm saying, Bud Dupree, you know, other guys like that, you know, some veterans that's in the locker room. And even just Arthur Smith and the coaching staff, I would give them that. I don't think that it would be a lack of effort there. But it's like, why not, right? It's like why not give them a call and try to add them to the rotation, as we're always looking for pressure and we're always looking for ways to get the quarterback on the ground. You know, so I wouldn't mind the Gregory thing. But tell us more about the Randy Gregory.
I wouldn't mind it either, but I know why people would hesitate, man. He came out of college,
Mhm.
uh, expected to be a top 15 pick, end up dropping to the bottom of the second round. They took a shot at him in Dallas. Same thing happened when he got Dallas. Injuries, off the field problems. But when he picked it up, man, those last couple of seasons, he had 16 and a half sacks, which garnered that 5-year, $70 million deal that he got from the Broncos. But they talk about lack of effort, but I think it was more about playing time. I think the two young Broncos linebackers that played last week took playing time from him. And then you have Browning returning from injury. So he's probably going to be the odd man out anyway. And they're going to cut their salary while they can. But coming to Atlanta, I don't have a problem with it because, for one, I see experience. I see
Yep.
speed. I think he has the talent. But can he be consistent? Can he keep his
That's
head
the
on
word.
straight? So, yeah, if he can be consistent, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, that's what definitely one of the biggest knocks on him, as far as like, what are you gonna do in the locker room? You're not really a locker room guy. As far as like your track record, you've had some run-ins, man, but and he is supposed, and he's like a freak of nature, as far as like when he was coming out of college, man. He
Yeah,
definitely, I believe, should have been better than what he is currently. But regardless, I believe just adding him to the rotation wouldn't hurt. It just wouldn't hurt.
yeah.
I don't believe, just to give it a
If he's
shot.
not a, if he's not an every down guy and he's
Yeah,
just a rotational piece, and you don't have
rotational
to
piece.
pay him, if you don't have to pay him a lot of money, why not go for it?
Yep, bro. As long as he's a rotational piece, I'm cool with that. I'm just check out the chat, man, because you know what I'm saying, it's always where it's at. See who's checking
No
in with
doubt.
us. Mr. Shane Elliott, what's going on? What else we got? Lamarcus Petty, Jason Grigsby, Bubba Gump, always. Hello, Miss Carrie. How you doing? Who else we got out here? Let's see. Who else is there? Anybody else? Mr. Nicholas Walker. What it do? What it do? Larry Carter. Oblivion Empire. Let's
Empire,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, Demarius Jeffrey. We got Francis Hut
Demetrius.
Washington. Yeah, Demetrius. Oh, yeah, my bad. Demetrius. And we also have Francis Hut Washington. Yeah, that's
Shout out to Miss
what it.
Francis, man. That's one of my biggest supporters, man. Miss Francis
Hey,
be checking in.
shout out. Thank y'all for coming in. It's always about y'all, man. We definitely want to get your thoughts about our upcoming topics as well. So we're so glad you guys are here. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna definitely
Hold
get
on,
into
right
that
quick,
in one
right quick.
second.
Shout out
What
to
you got?
my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Atlanta good folks, man. Always checking in.
Yes, sir. Yes. I do see them. What's good, Atlanta good folks saying what's good. Got player stats. Yo, that's my type of terminology right there.
Yeah, that's your
Tails by
turn.
G.
Yo.
Yeah, Tails by G. What news we got on Ritter today? Well, we're gonna get into Ritter in a second, man. He's definitely gonna be a part of this conversation, kind of by default. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, gotta get this one in. Frank ain't got nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing but laugh. Y'all for
He was
crazy,
doing
man.
a lot of that when I was at training camp. He was doing a lot of that.
Man, that's what he was doing, a lot of it. That's, hey man, he's the fun guy, I guess, man. You know, he's always been a great locker room guy. I can definitely always say that about Mr. Darby. But yeah, man, without further ado, I want to know, can Justin Fields be the answer for Atlanta? Now hold on. Wait a
Ooh,
second
boy, that's a
before
hot
we
topic right
switch.
now, boy. Ooh, and
Before
thank
we
y'all.
it is.
And thank y'all
Some
for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in to my channel for that topic. I appreciate it, man. Y'all blew that thing off the hinge.
Indeed, man. It was a Smitty topic, man. And It was a very hot topic, and it still is. Some of the most greatest Falcon creators right now, and that's each and every one of my guys that I know and others as well, man. They're all talking about it. We're all talking about it, man. Can Justin Fields be the answer for Atlanta? And let's talk some numbers here, man. We got Justin Fields, and we're talking about 64%, 64.2 completion. YPG yards per game is 215.3. Touchdown percentage 5.7. QB rating 86.5. QBR 35.7. 5 wins in 3 years. Currently, a 14-game losing streak. Currently has been sacked 17 times through 4 games. Now we also got our starting quarterback, the man who has been given the keys by our leader and our general, Arthur Smith. And of course, you know I'm saying all this sarcastically, but seriously, he was given the keys. We was given this whole thing about how he doesn't need reps, doesn't need snaps, something that me and Smitty and a lot of other creators were all saying, are you crazy? But whatever. We're not that's hindsight. But 62.1 completion, yards per game 186.1, touchdown percentage 2.5, QB rating 77.9, QBR 29.2. 4 wins in 8 starts. Currently on a 2-game losing streak. Currently been sacked 16 times. My thing is these two have similar numbers right now, but to Justin Fields' credit, it's not because of him in Chicago. He has a dysfunctional situation up there, and it definitely wasn't his fault why the Bears lost that last game. Now, as far as the Atlanta Falcons, it's plenty of blame to go around. It's not just one guy; it's a collective thing. But what you say, Smitty?
I agree. In Chicago, Justin Fields, his offensive line is not holding up. He has players like Chase Claypool quitting on him. He doesn't want to line up every single play. And he's not, going out giving all out effort. And when you have things like that going on, and then the coach I think the coach just lost the locker room. Let's just be real about it. So when you have a lot of dysfunction going on, how can you make yourself better or go to the next level? But somehow, last week, even though they lost fourth quarter, he still had 335 yards and 4 touchdowns. He did have an interception. But if the defense played how they were supposed to play and held the Broncos, the Bears easily win that game because the performance like that, usually that's a winning performance. So as you look at it, man, him in Atlanta, I think it would work. But let me say this first. But I'm not going to give up on Desmond Ridder just yet. What I will say is I would give him up until the bye week. And during the bye week, depending on where their record is, if you feel like you can push forward with Ridder, you keep him in there. But if you feel like you need to make a change to keep this team at a high level, you should do that. But if we're at a losing record at the bye week, I just say keep him in and just ride out the rest of the season. Yeah, even though I wouldn't like it, I would deal with it.
Man, we're dealing with
Fields in Chicago. He's just in a dysfunctional situation, just like you said, man. And I've seen players, fans saying Fields is not the guy. But let's be real, man. Fields' legs, he ran for 1,000 yards last season. And he has a stronger arm. He can push the ball down the field. And I could just see him getting the ball to these receivers that we have a little bit better because I think he has a little bit more confidence. And that's no shot to Desmond Ridder. I just feel like Fields has that extra year of starting experience. And he's still on his rookie contract. So you would not be losing anything. You play him, you get him this year, play him next year. If he's not up to par, guess what? No 5th-year option. He moves on. You get another quarterback.
Yeah, That is true. That is true. Man, about Justin Fields, it's just it's kind of hindsight, but regardless, I want to know a question, man, and I want to wake up the chat with this one too. If you were to trade for Justin Fields, what are you sending back? Like, what are you sending back? And would you give up a first round for Justin?
That's a great question, man. What would you give up? Hmm.
Uh, uh,
Ah. Um.
yeah, yeah,
You know
I
what?
was saying, yeah.
You know what?
If you were to
I
trade
would say
for Justin
you
Fields,
are
what would you give
if
up? What are you sending
if
back? You give up a first rounder for Justin Fields.
if you make that move, you
Is he a
definitely.
first round talent right now? Still, I mean, we already know he was in the beginning, but is Justin
But you
Fields a first round talent now? Right now, from the body of work that we've seen, like I said, 5 wins in 3 years, 14-game losing streak, regardless of the coaching staff and everything. I just want to know. Let me go to the chat right now. I think
well,
the stream
I
is
can I
tripping
can
on
start it off, and
Smitty
then
Schmidt, man.
you can go with them. But I think first round pick, no.
Let's go here,
I
man.
think
Honestly, I have him.
he's gonna be around third round pick at least. Third round pick. Um, maybe third and the fifth next year. I mean 2025, and then Ritter. Maybe that would work. So I think Ritter, third round pick and fifth round pick. I think that's all you need. Let's be real, because both of them are still young quarterbacks. They haven't even reached their prime yet. So it'll be an even swap down there. But going forward, I think I think I would think about it. Let's say this, I would think about it. But until Chris comes back, man, we're gonna keep rolling with the chat. Uh, Miss Charlene Samuel said Ritter making blank look like an old fool right now. I wouldn't say it like that, but I will give credit to the front office because they built a decent team and they put the right pieces in place. They just need Ritter to capitalize. That's all they need to do. And honestly, yeah, Justin Fields is having a good game right now. He's slinging the ball all over the field. He has 10 for 16, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. DJ Moore has 5 catches for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's the
Right.
DJ Moore Justin Fields show.
Indeed.
But one more chat, and then I'm gonna let Chris roll on. Honestly, I have no faith in Arthur Smith. Fields will be confused than I am in this offense. And that's a great point, man. And that's the point I made in one of my videos. It'll be fine to get a new quarterback, but being in an offense that is not clicking right now, would it really make a difference? I don't think so. So if you come in with a new quarterback, that means you have to go find someone that can display his talents. Now, he may work better in this offense because of his ability to scramble, but his athletic ability, but I just don't trust Arthur Smith calling the right plays to make him successful because Desmond Ridder is going backwards to me.
Right. He is regressing. He has regressed. I will say that he has regressed, man. He had a better season last year. He looked more confident in those 4 games compared to the 4 games he's played so far. He has regressed, man, and it's like with this is a better roster than we had last year.
Oh, yeah, no
Falcons are
doubt.
in win now mode. Falcons are in playoff mode. We're not underachieving mode. This is not a season to underachieve at all. So Ritter has to play better. I believe I am in agreement that about giving him to the bye week. I feel like that's fair. But I said I'm gonna ask y'all a question a little bit later on. But yeah, Ritter definitely, like I said, give him to the bye week, but he has to play better. He has to play better now. We can't continue to be wasting games, though. I'm a full
Yeah.
Ritter supporter. I've done videos called Rit Lax, and everything, man. I'm telling you, like, I'm a Ritter supporter, but at the same time, I'm more of an Atlanta Falcons supporter. It's not just
Right.
one guy. So therefore, with me being an Atlanta Falcons supporter, I need to see us win games. I don't need us to be having 49 points in our couple of home games, and then we go on the road, and just because we're on the road and the defenses are
Don't score a
changing up,
touchdown.
we don't even score. We only score a
Oh
touchdown.
man.
Because I mean, to Ritter's point, and to Ritter's credit, he did come back and have that touchdown to Drake London. So he did come back in the second half and was able to show that his best attribute right now is the fact that how he's headstrong. He's able to bounce back, and that's always been one of his best attributes. And that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But it's not resulting in wins right now.
Right.
And honestly, he has to do better. He's the quarterback of this team. I enjoyed what Bijan Robinson and had to say in the interview about how he sent him the text message. That's right there. That's another part of leadership, and that's also teamwork right there. I love to see it. Get behind him, and I believe that we should get behind Ritter as well too, because he is our quarterback. He doesn't
Right.
look good right now. He looks very subpar. I'm talking about, and that's at best right now. But he doesn't look confident. But this still is a rookie-ish quarterback. Still is a rookie-ish quarterback. And speaking of Justin, talking about Mrs. Washington, Miss Francis, she's saying, I haven't watched the game, but it's saying Justin is looking really good tonight and looks so comfortable on the field versus Ritter. Now, Justin Fields, I mean, he has
That's a
the
year more experience, though.
he
That's a year
does.
more of experience, so that's why he looks better. So that's why I said I
Year
would prefer him, because that 1 year of more of experience can make a difference.
Yeah. Miss Charlene says the Ritter, a third and a fourth.
The fourth round.
So and that actually, I'm glad that this comment was made. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to y'all always. And but I'm glad this comment was made, because Smitty, that was another thing. Going back to my question before the stream went that crazy on me. I was asking, what would you give up for for Fields? And it begs the question, what were you going to do with Ritter if you do bring in Fields?
You got to send him off.
Do you think the Bears would go for this right here? Ritter, a third and a round?
I think they would, because I think Caleb Williams is their target with that number 1 pick. So they don't care who's going to play quarterback as long as they get through the season. So you get them a third and a conditional 4th round pick, which could turn into a third as well. I think you win the sweepstakes. Yeah.
Talking about the Ridley pick, man. That Ridley pick, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think they're going to resign him. I think that's going to eventually turn into a second rounder for us. But regardless, though, yeah, you would have to send him off, because it really doesn't make no sense to try to throw Taylor Heineke in that when he's still, so that's a veteran quarterback. And if you have Justin Fields, hypothetically speaking, if you have Justin Fields as your starting quarterback and you have Taylor Heineke as a backup, that does look a little better. It does sound a little better than instead of having Justin Fields and Desmond Ritter is his backup. Right. So, yeah, I mean, you would have to ship him off. You would have to give him a fresh start, because honestly, I don't even know if he will even be there mentally for our team. So he may check out, kind of similar to how Mariota checked out on us. So, I mean, I'm just saying it happened.
But let me throw something at you right quick before we move on to the next topic.
What's that?
As I've been watching and I've been, looking, should the Falcons go after a veteran quarterback instead? Someone that's been around for a while, like a Kirk Cousins, someone of that nature. Because as I look at it, he didn't have to worry about a quarterback in Tennessee because he had Tannehill. When he first got to Atlanta, he had Matt Ryan, who's a veteran. Marcus Mariota last year, who's a veteran. So does a veteran fit Arthur Smith offense better than a young guy?
It's a possibility, because we've seen nothing but pretty much veterans really succeed in this system. Going back to Tannehill, but to that point too, they did have the best run game in the world at one point in time. So, but man, that's a good question, man.
And think about it. All the mistakes that we see Ritter making is things that can be fixed, and I know he can fix them. but a veteran quarterback brings in the ability to call audibles at the line when needed, uh, be able to read the defense and call out the mic. He just knows how to read the defense, knows what areas to attack, and I don't think Ritter has learned that quite just yet. And I think he can improve on it, but a veteran just already has that stuff already up here. So,
it's experience, man. It's experience. You can't, gosh, man, you can't. What experience is something that you can't, really downgrade. You can't downgrade experience and having a veteran quarterback. And we talked about this about, hey man, what if Kirk Cousins, man, Minnesota is not looking good, and it's not Kirk Cousins' fault. Like I remember plenty of times. Oh yeah, it's Kirk Cousins' fault. I can really say, like, really the past couple of seasons hasn't been his fault. So, giving him an exit out, what I'm saying, while he still can throw the rock around, he may want that, and then
right.
because the team is not, the team is very much underachieving. And Arthur Smith, again, having like Ryan Tannehill back there, a more veteran quarterback. Kirk Cousins wouldn't have to do too much because we still have an outstanding run game, I believe. But
Right.
he would be able to get the ball to the receivers. Like he would be able to get through the reads a little bit better. Because as we see, Ritter is having a little struggle with that. And it's going to be growing pains because he's still a rookie-ish quarterback. I still keep saying that
Right.
over and over because it's true. Only 8 games. But
And let me clear this up right fast.
okay.
Going into this season, we knew Ritter was the guy. But say this season he doesn't pan out. I'm not going to go out to another rookie quarterback and start over again. I'm going to go out and get a veteran, or I'm going to stick with Ritter or stick with Heineke, at least for the next 2 years, because that way you get to build up the rest of your team. Just because, don't forget, we have veterans on that defensive line that are not, spring chickens, as we say in the South. So you're going to have to rebuild that defensive line also. So with the quarterback position, you have to hit the quarterback position this year in order to go forward, because you have
definitely say that.
You just have people, Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell, guys of that nature who probably won't be here next year. You have Grady Jerry who's getting older. So you just got to start thinking about the future on that defensive line as well. Jake Matthews, another one. Just think about it, man. Quarterback. You have to find your quarterback this year. No matter if it's Ritter or Cousins or whoever, you have to have your quarterback going into next season.
Right. You don't want to waste. Yep. Right. Well, you get along in the tooth. Yep.
Yep.
Dog, you do. And man, honestly, again, like we said, man, the Falcons are in win now mode, man. And we can't waste it. What about the veterans, man? We can't waste the veterans. We can't wait, like you said, Calais and Jake, man. These guys are getting long in the tooth, and Calais is probably the longest in the tooth. We don't want to waste him. Shoot, guys like Grady Jarrett, AJ Terrell. We don't want to wait. We don't want to waste guys years, and guys don't want to just be out there just playing. I mean, you control what you can control, but you don't want them just out there playing. Something that I heard tight end Kyle Pitts even say.
Yeah.
You don't want to just be out there playing just to be playing. And man, shout out to the chat again, man. We're gonna get to a couple more comments that people are just saying before we get into the next topic here. And they were saying, what veteran quarterback are you going after though? Hey man, we're saying Kirk Cousins, and me and Smitty, we talked about this before about how Kirk Cousins could definitely fit into this system and get the ball out to the receivers, something that we definitely need to see. So yeah, Kirk Cousins would be it for me. Also, let's see. Fields just threw another touchdown. Get him to ATL, please. I'm talking about ATL, please. What else we
Yeah,
got? What else we
that
got here?
talk gonna pick up. Trust me, it's gonna pick up.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat again, man. Shout out to you guys for checking us out, man. We know you can be anywhere else in the world, but you decide to come in and show us some love, and we always appreciate that. And Smitty, I appreciate you always for, willing to do these type of videos with me.
Hey, no doubt, man. No doubt. No doubt.
Oh, man.
Shout out to the
Oh,
Dixon
Kurt
way,
is
man.
trash. Tells
Shout
me,
out to the Dixon way.
geez, Kurt is trash. Now, don't get me wrong. Kurt will turn the ball over. He'll give it to you. He will give it away, but it's just, honestly, he's a veteran quarterback, man. He can come in and honestly be a difference maker. He can be able to get the ball to Drake London, to Kyle Pitts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And well, honestly, I hope not, to be honest with you, because if that talk is picking up, then that means Ritter is still continually to regress. That's all he's, so I really hope not, but we're going to see. My guys is in the Dixon way didn't just slide in here. Where they at, man? Where y'all at? Y'all didn't slide
Dixon
in
way
here.
raid. Dixon way raid.
Man, I can't even find the comment. This thing, man, StreamYard is tripping on me tonight. It's all right. We still gonna do it all right. And we still gonna do it. We still gonna do it. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. Y'all welcome to, slide in and give some thoughts too, man, if you want to, man. I'm gonna have to drop the link if you want to come up, man. Just say the word. Talking about this here. But I want to know my next thing. My next thing here, man, is the Kyle Pitts situation. The Kyle Pitts situation, y'all. That's another hot topic that we have. What is going on? Yeah, Dixon Way raid. Yeah, bad. But Kyle Pitts is another situation that we have going on. I think Smitty. Okay, yeah. Let me add him back. But yeah, man, Kyle Pitts is another situation. Kyle Pitts, man, so far, man, he right now, I don't know what to say. Actually, I know plenty to say. I just don't know what I want to start with first. But Kyle Pitts, 21 targets, 11 of those targets he's caught, 121 yards, and 101 of those yards are before the catch. So we're talking about air yards on the way to him, and only 20 after the catch. Now, that tells me quarterback ball placement. That also tells me Pitts and Ritter have only played 4 games together and 1 series together, going back to that preseason game that we seen them for that 1 series. So not a lot of time together. But guess what? Pitts averages 3 yards of separation. Yeah. So he gets open. Ritter to Pitts, the targets are only 49% of completions, guys. Like it's the quarterback when it comes to that right there. Don't get me wrong. But it's also timing. They haven't had enough time together.
Yeah, because when he was playing last year, Pitts was out. So this is actually
gone. We lost Pitts against Chicago.
Games. This is their first 4 games playing together. So that's expected. Yeah.
But I believe that it can get better. I believe over time it can definitely get better. Also, I got some crazy stats for you as well. Like, I got a question for you guys, and I believe that and shout out to Scott Kennedy as well, because I was listening to him and he had me thinking, because Kyle Pitts has already been pretty much put at wide receiver.
Pretty much.
He's already there. You think about it, he's been playing wide receiver really since he's came into the league. He was flat out, he was the replacement for Julio Jones. When Julio did his whole stunt and everything, he was the replacement for Julio Jones. I believe, Terry got vetoed, and it was completely, hey man, we're going to get this guy because he's a tight end, but he's a freak of nature, and he can play wide receiver. We can put him anywhere, blah, 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 whatever. I understand that. But we have yet to see everything that Kyle Pitts has to offer. And I'm going to ask you a question too, Smitty. This is something that I heard Scott saying. Is Kyle Pitts giving O.J. Howard vibes? Freak of nature, not as long as a wingspan as Kyle Pitts.
Absolutely not. And the reason why I say that,
so.
Absolutely not. And the reason why I say, you got to give him the football, man. His rookie
Mm-hmm.
season, he had 3 games over 100 yards, but he had a veteran quarterback that could get him the football.
He
So
did.
if you can get him the football, he's going to produce. And I'm just going to tell y'all, if y'all haven't thought about it or have thought about it, Pitts is still injured. Pitts is only
Yeah.
75 to 80% healthy.
Still working his
They
way
can pull
back.
the wool over y'all eyes, but not me, because I see him take off into his routes. I'm still seeing some limping, so he's not
Yeah, I do.
100%. And
He's
with a
got a
knee
hiccup
injury,
in that run.
right?
He's got a
And
hiccup in that run for real.
when you have a torn MCL, it usually takes 2 years to recover fully. So Scott Kennedy made a great point, man. I would love to see him more stretched out as a wide guy because he has 4.4 speed. Guy 6'6", 245. Who's gonna stop that? If he's not gonna beat you in the middle of the field, you got to line him up outside. It's just no way around it. So
Yep,
great
indeed,
point.
indeed, indeed. Because I was saying the same thing. I don't believe Pitts is fully healthy. I seen it clear as day on that play where it seemed like what we was all saying, like he was half running or wasn't running fully. I seen it there. It was like, man, it seemed like he injured. And then, like I said, he came off the field. Next thing you know, he came off the field for a few plays after that. Pitts is not fully healthy, but Arthur Smith has finally came out and said that Pitts is working himself back from injury. Kyle Pitts is out there saying he's controlling what he's controlling. He's out there playing. But he's coming back from a knee injury, so
And if
he's
you
not
and then
100. Everybody
all
can't
you
be Adrian Peterson.
all you got to do is look at the film, man. You can see his cuts are not even crisp. It's just like
Indeed.
he's cutting with his body instead of his legs. So he's not fully confident in that knee and is not 100% healthy.
Indeed,
Just
indeed.
trust me when I tell you that.
Shout out to Miss Blinkenstitch, man. You already know Miss Joy. Shout out to you, man. She is the one who crafted that wonderful Smitty sports machine with the Falcon logo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to get hurt, but I think he's about to grab a weapon of mass destruction, and there it is. There it is, people. The weapon of mass destruction right there. Yeah, man, that's a wonderful shirt, man. Go check her out. As always, man, Miss Joy. She's always doing her thing, man. Always, creating things. I'm gonna have to get something from her myself, man, and stop playing out here, man. But
She
yeah,
makes pillows. She makes purses for the ladies. She makes
definitely.
She has eyelashes for the ladies. So she has
Yeah.
accessories,
Look at her.
t-shirts. She just does it all, man. Pillows, all that good stuff.
Yeah. No, so look at her. You can go get whatever you want from Miss Blinkenstitch because she got it. She got it. She got it. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming by to the stream as always, showing love. Yeah, but just back to the Kyle Pitts situation, man. I got some numbers for you too that may blow your mind. So hang on tight, man. Strap in for this. So Kyle Pitts has played 178 snaps this year. That is 69% of the snaps. Now, in the midst of all that, Kyle Pitts plays. Well, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna play a game. How much percent of tight end do you think Kyle Pitts plays?
Uh, I'd say 60-40. I'd say 60 more wide receiver, 40% tight end. Because
40.
he rarely lines up in line. He's either in the slot or he's outside.
Okay, 40% tight end. What about the chat, man? Somebody give me a number in the chat. What percent y'all think that Kyle Pitts plays tight end? Smitty says 40%. 40%. Anybody, just give me a number. We're gonna go off of it. But yeah, man. Okay, so 40%, 60%, and wide out, which actually doesn't sound better. Actually,
My boy Marlon said 15%.
yeah, 15%. Okay, so 15%. We got 15%
Wow.
guys, and we got 40%. We got 40% from Smitty. We got 15% from the chat. All right. Kyle Pitts plays a whopping 20.3% at tight end. 20.3%.
Repeat that one more. Wow.
Kyle Pitts plays
Wow.
20.3% at tight end. And in his career so far, he's played over 70% of his snaps as a wide receiver, whether it be in the slot or wide out. Now, Scott Kennedy, shout out to him as well. He had got these numbers and put it out there. In the slot, Kyle Pitts has played 84% in the slot. We're talking about this year. 84% in the slot this year. And wide out, playing at the X, 57%.
Hey,
he's
Chris,
already been moved to wide
Chris,
receiver.
Before he got drafted, and you can go back and look at my videos, I said he could be the second coming of Megatron. Now, Megatron ran a 4.3 and he was an athletic freak, but he could have that same type of impact as a wide receiver, because who's going to check him? Who's going to win the jump balls? And this is why I said if he lines up in the slot, he should be controlling the middle of the field. So, I mean, you got to come up with better schemes to get him the football. You got to.
To your point, the real question is, what is Arthur Smith doing? Tells by G. I mean, we trying to
what he's not doing. What he's not doing.
Man, it's just shit, man. Blinkenstitch says he's getting good players and don't know what to do. I mean, right now, I mean, what can we say? I mean, this ain't Tennessee anymore, man. You know, this is your show, like literally your show. So you need to be running it. And right now, we're running into the ground. Now, of course, a little O-line play, a little quarterback play. Of course, it's plenty of wide receivers. You know, some of these wide receivers aren't even running the greatest routes in the world either. But that goes back to old Arthur Smith, man, who's the play caller.
Yeah.
The guys, man, the chat saying he don't know what he's doing. Oh, real quick, gotta holler at my brothers though. Out of your Falcon mind, what it do? Shout out to the fellas. They just had a live as well around about 7 p.m. Great show.
Go check out that replay.
Yeah, man, go check out that replay, man. As always, great content, man. They had some great guests on tonight. And some great preview. So check out the boys, man, or check out the fellas, man, the family, out of your Falcon mind, because you'll be out of your Falcon mind not to. But yeah, man, shout out the guys, man. But yeah, just going back again to the Kyle Pitts again. Okay. So now I got some questions for you. I got some questions. Do you think we trade Kyle Pitts at the end of the season? If this production keeps going. Now, I made a prediction and it sounded far-fetched in the beginning. It sounded crazy. People, Smitty, I think you wanted to put me in the headlock and you know what I'm saying, throw me somewhere that day. I had to duck and dodge you that day. But I said Kyle Pitts, 74 receptions, 679 yards. Now I said he would have 6 touchdowns. Right now, he ain't got that. But still a long season. Still a long season. So we're gonna see what happens with that. But that was my prediction, man. 74 catches, 679 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Right now, going back again, like I said, he has 121 yards and 11 catches right now.
Right.
No touchdowns. But I mean, he's on pace to still kind of eclipse that. But if he's not getting the targets, if he's only going to get 2 catches per game, he's definitely going to be right in that area.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Tidy, man, because Tidy said free Kyle Pitts. And I understood where he was coming from. I understood it. And actually, Uncle Steve is my witness. I talked about this before last season ended, because as I look at it and the way the team is constructed, is having a tight end like that really, really something that you must have? I say no. And the reason why, you look at what Jonnu Smith is doing, he has more receptions, more yards than Kyle Pitts. And let's be real, Michael Pruitt had more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts last year. So is he necessary for this offense? No. If you can get a first-round pick or a high second-round pick for him and maybe a fifth, I said, you got to think about making that move, because if you're not going to use him, get something for him and get something that could help the team. And that's just as simple as I can put it. And like I said, I actually talked about this last year, because I don't feel like they're going to ever have a quarterback other than Matt Ryan that could get him the football. And this is why I said go get a veteran quarterback, because the weapon that we have only veteran quarterbacks knows how to use that many weapons at once, not a young guy.
Yeah, indeed, indeed, man. Absolutely agree with every point, man. Absolutely agree every point. He's valuable still. He's valuable, and I know we jumped on Dez Bryant earlier in the year when they were saying, "Man, free Kyle Pitts trading to the Dallas Cowboys," blah blah blah, whatever. But take away the Dallas Cowboys thing, man, and it's just like, dang, should we free Kyle Pitts? Was that? I mean, was that a bad draft pick? Can we say Kyle Pitts might have been a bad draft pick? Like, come on now, really? Are we serious right now?
Yeah,
mean,
yearly, I agree totally 100%.
yep,
I would
that's
not
a
trade him, but I'm saying if you're not going to use him, get something for him. It's just that simple. And think about what Matt Ryan did with him. Kyle Pitts had 1,000 yards in a rookie season. Now he only had one touchdown, and that's not his fault because they did not get him the football. But get him someone that can get him the football. Like you just said, get a competent quarterback. And we're not dogging Ritter. Don't get us wrong. We're not dogging Ritter. But at the same time,
Ritter's not a competent quarterback right now. I mean, he's just not.
That's all I'm saying.
I said, big supporter of Ritter. Big supporter. But he's just not competent enough right now. He's not confident. I feel like he doesn't fully trust his O-line right now just because he's been sacked so many times. I feel like he doesn't fully trust himself right now either because, man, the man supposed to have about 8 picks. I hate to say it, about 7, 8 picks already. So he's really done slid a couple of times. So, but he's just not competent enough, man. And shout out to Player Stats for the super chat. Thank you. And he's saying A. Smith, as in Arthur Smith, will be gone before Pitts.
And I can see that.
You can see that?
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see that too, man. And it's just, I think I'm just going back real quick. Let me backtrack because I just wanted to talk about this. Is like, if we traded Pitts, we need to find a new GM because that whole draft he was taking sucks. It's just like, hey, man, we love the comments and the opinions, man. We always do.
Hey, we had a great conversation about the last 5 drafts, the last 4 drafts. And we were just going over things about who the Falcons could have had and how we could have put together a super defense. But we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, man. But okay, my thing is, all right, I ain't done with my questions, man. I still got a question or two about old Kyle Pitts. All right, so say we do trade him. Okay, all right. What you giving up for Kyle Pitts? Would it be a first round? Would you give up a first round for Kyle? Is Kyle Pitts still a first round talent? Now we have guys who've been in the game 20 years.
Talent. He's definitely first round talent.
As far as value,
I think he's falling down to the second round because of that knee injury. And I seen my boy say he was a generational. I'm gonna say I disagree with that. If he had a quarterback that could get him the football, like feed him the football, and he has another big season, he would definitely be a generational tight end. A perfect example. If he's with Buffalo and a guy like Josh Allen who has a rocket arm, he can fit those tight windows. He can throw the ball deep. Even Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. You put him on the Chiefs because we know Kelsey is getting up in age, but you give Patrick Mahomes and Kyle Pitts and see what he does. It's just quarterback play.
Man. Hey, man, you spitting facts. I ain't got nothing to say about it because you spitting facts, man. It's just going back to the competence again, man. And again, we said it so many times already in this live that it's plenty of blame to go around, but I feel like it still has to come back to
I'd be the first to say I will apologize to Desmond Ritter on a live stream if he turned the season around, because I can eat crow. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But right now, he needs to work on fine-tuning his game.
Right. I know I seen earlier and I missed it as far as like where it is now, but I seen a comment earlier about people saying about bring back Matt Ryan, man. Matt Ryan is done. Matt Ryan is done. The Jets can get Matt Ryan if they want to. Go ahead and all you want to, Jets. But no, he doesn't need to be
He
here.
already declined the Jets because he already know that's a dumpster fire.
Mm-mm.
But
Can't
yeah,
do
Matt
it.
Ryan done 14 years. Y'all seen what he did in Indianapolis last year. Did y'all need
Man,
to
that
see
thing was
anything else?
bad. That thing was bad.
He's making $24 million by sitting at home this year.
Yep.
Enjoy that $24 million when this season over. Go into that CBS booth and have fun.
And have fun. Have at it. Yep, exactly, man. That's no Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is done in Atlanta. And I want to say the same about this young man. Kyle Shanahan is done in Atlanta.
Yeah.
First of all, the 49ers be dumb to get rid of him for any reason at all. Period.
But
So,
see,
like,
I blame the Falcons for that though. They had Kyle
indeed,
Shanahan, they had Matt LaFleur.
bro,
Both of
bro,
those guys are winning head coaches.
check this out. Check this out now. When the Super Bowl was over, and people was offering Shanahan the coaching thing and everything, I wasn't on the YouTube or anything like that. I was just, in my mind, I was like, hey man, it may seem kind of harsh, but man, fire Dan Quinn and hire Kyle Shanahan as the head coach right now. I,
Yeah,
I
because he
was
carried
I
us.
was
He carried
one
us
of
the
those
whole
guys.
season. He carried us that season, man. Everybody getting Dan Quinn the credit, but Kyle Shanahan carried this team with that
And
offense.
don't get me wrong, I still got a little. It ain't no love lost between me and Kyle Shanahan, man. I still he doesn't know it, but I still, feel it like he's a part of the blame as well. Some things he probably could have did better, but it's plenty of blame to go around in that
Yeah,
Super
for that
Bowl.
game it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So so yeah, Shanahan. Woo! I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm happy for his success and everything like that, but he's done in Atlanta. That ship has sailed. If we was gonna keep him in Atlanta, it would have been then to fire Dan Quinn and hire Kyle Shanahan, because the man is doing wonders in San Francisco, regardless whether we like it or not. He got up out of here and he's being successful, but I honestly don't want him back at this point. I don't want him back in Atlanta. That ship has sailed, no matter how great
Yeah.
it is. Like you said, LaFleur. Now LaFleur, we had a chance to kind of still keep around, and we had let him slide out the back door too.
The
So
Rams. He went to the
yeah,
Rams
yeah,
and the Packers.
yep,
So
yep. Yep, let him slide out the back door too. You could have went that direction as well. But I understand at that particular time, it would have looked bad as a franchise to just, drop your head coach like that and then hire the offensive coordinator. I mean, it definitely would have been talked about for years to come. But I want to know one more thing before we get ready to get up out of here, man. And thank you again, guys, for everybody who come through, especially on Smitty's channel, man. Thank y'all for coming through, and that helps me get out there as well. So, Smitty, I always thank you for doing that for me, as I'm trying to get
no doubt.
myself to over 500 subs. I'm getting close. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, I just need 20 responsible adults and 20 irresponsible adults. And shoot, man, why not even 15 ones who just not sure. They're in between. Sometimes they're irresponsible, sometimes they're responsible, just to come on over and subscribe to A1 Forever Sports, man. Falcon creator, definitely Atlanta Hawks basketball season is coming up. I will be covering them as well. A little bit of Dream, Atlanta Braves, so it's just, I appreciate
World
you, Smitty.
Series number 2.
Yeah,
World
man,
Series
we on
number
the way,
2.
man. And we getting a chance to get our lick back against those Philadelphia Phillies as well, too. So I'm looking forward to that. Go Braves, of course, you know what I'm saying, for the A. We
Yeah.
move for the Hawks, and rise up, of course, always for the Falcons. But real quick into my question, would you trade Kyle Pitts for Justin Fields?
No.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal.
No.
Good deal. Would anybody in the chat trade Kyle Pitts for Justin Fields right now? I mean, what we got McCole Pruitt, we got tight end 1 Jonnu Smith leading the team in receptions, leading the team yard. Hey man, and we
Nah,
also got John Fitzpatrick, man. I know y'all don't want Kyle Pitts that bad to keep him when we got all those guys, right?
out of your
Right.
Falcon mind, say they're down for a Brave show, so you got co-host right there.
Hey, I'm with it. Let's get it, my brother. You already know. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that All right, let's see. Let's see what the chat is saying about my question. I got no. Okay. I got a no. Let me see. Blink and Stitch. No. All right. Champagne. Champagne. No.
No,
Oh boy, here we go. Oblivion.
no.
Okay, okay. Oh, oh. We got another. No.
No.
Okay. Uh-oh. I think we got one. We found one. We got a yeah with
With
Dez.
this, wow.
But I mean,
Uh,
regardless, you're gonna have to move on from Dez if Fields if any quarterback is traded to the Atlanta Falcons, I feel like you owe it to Desmond Ritter to free him right then and there. No matter how good or how bad or whatever he's supposed to be or hope he turns into, whatever he turns into, if you make a trade now or you make a trade before the bye week,
yeah, you got
you
to,
have
you
to
got
set
to.
him free. You
Yep.
have to set him free. So, I mean, would they go for that? Would they go for Desmond Ritter and Kyle Pitts for Justin Fields? Hell yeah, they would. They'd be crazy not to.
They'll probably
Especially
throw in,
they got
they'll
those
throw in a
draft.
second round pick with that. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Especially because they got those draft picks. They know what they're about to do. They know
right.
Ritter is about to be a backup or possibly cut later on or something like that. Or maybe they keep him because he's still on his rookie contract. But to have Kyle Pitts and then possibly Caleb and then possibly Marvin, boy, you know what I'm saying? That just would be something for the Chicago Bears. But we see
But
we
they,
can
but
get
let
CP.
let's be real. They don't really need a tight end because they have Cole Kmet already, who's a pretty
I
good
like
tight end.
Cole. And that's
Yeah,
another thing
so
too.
they really don't need Kyle Pitts.
They don't need Kyle Pitts. They'll be up there looking kind of similar to us. Then they got Kyle Pitts on one. He still be playing wide receiver. Ain't like he be playing tight
And I'm
end.
gonna be real with you. The only team that would trade for Kyle Pitts and get a Falcons at first is a high value team like Kansas City, who's a missing piece, who could possibly make it a long way, and they know their first round pick gonna be in the bottom of the first. So
Yeah.
that's probably the only way you're gonna be able to get
But
a
they got
Kyle
the
Pitts,
best tight
a
end in the
first round for
league
Kyle
already.
Pitts.
But they
But
got
he's
the
getting
best
long
tight
in
end
the
in
tooth.
the league already.
He's getting long in the tooth.
Travis Kelce, the
He's
best
at
tight
that.
end in the whole wide world.
He's at that age where he's getting long in the tooth. And think about it, when Tony Gonzalez came to Atlanta, he was just 31 years old.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true, man. And we of course, Miss Francis, as much as I want Fields here, but no, absolutely not, man. Hey, I almost forgot my man Will. Can't forget my man Will. With the hell no. Shout out to you. Shout out to you guys, man. Love the chat, man. Love the chat, man. So opinionated and always showing support, always showing love, man. This is wonderful. I'm so happy and grateful that I was able to, link up with you, Smitty, and
No
find
doubt.
that it's this kind of Falcon family just out here. I really didn't know. At least when I started my YouTube channel about a year and some change ago now, but I didn't know it was this many people. I thought I was out here as a lone soldier. And
Oh
then,
no, bro.
over time, I would see, some guys like Big Country and yourself and everything like that, and then meeting Berto and then bringing guys in and meeting up with you guys at the meet and greet. And just so far we've come in so little time. So, man, it's just great, man. I love being a Falcon fan. I love my Falcon faithful. Man, I'm always happy you guys are supporting. And we always be opinionated about our team as we should be. I feel like we pay enough bills. I feel like we go to enough games. I feel like we watch enough film ourselves to have opinions about the Atlanta Falcons. Really, man, we all really need a stick in the team. But that's another subject, and so that's another
Yeah, we
story.
need to be like the Packers and be able to have stake in our team.
Exactly. That's a beautiful
Definitely.
thing they have going up there. That's a beautiful thing that they have going up there. I give it to them. That's tradition. That's culture right there, man. We should all have a stake in the team because, man, we don't we don't had a lot of times we don't have to grab blood pressure medicine, grab alcohol for those who are on that, so grab the smokes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for real, man, we as Falcon fans, we've been here. And hopefully you guys are going to be there on Sunday for the Houston Texans game. We
I'm gonna
have
be
to
right in
show
front of
up
the TV.
and show out. Yeah,
Right in
I'm
front of
actually
the
gonna be
TV.
down there too, man. I'm actually gonna be down there, man. I will be it's always A1 forever, but you know what I'm saying, I'll be working with Fox Sports as an intern, you know what I'm saying, just being behind the scenes trying to learn some things. And I actually may get a chance to be on the field. So if I get a chance to be on the field, my eyes are definitely gonna be glued on the field all game long, seeing what I see up close and personal. Definitely gonna try to link up with you guys. And what I mean by you guys, I'm talking about Smitty, you, and I'm talking about the Falcon Faithful who was in the chat and everything about what I seen personally, you know what I'm saying, from a field level. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try my best to get down there working on that, like I said, this weekend. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be Fox Sports tip, man. So
No
you
doubt.
know,
And
it's
congratulations, man. You working hard towards that, man. And
oh,
man,
thank you,
just
brother.
keep up the good work, stay focused, and hey, just be yourself at the end of the day, man. Just be yourself.
Night, Blink and Stitch. So way
It is,
past her bedtime.
it is way past
Hey
her
man, and
bedtime.
again, that just goes and good night to you as well, Mr. Justin. Hey, man, we about to sign off here in a minute too, man, because it is about 10 o'clock. We just wanted to give some more content, man, share our thoughts because we really wasn't finished that night we nuts with the Jacksonville conversation with us and in the Dixon way. So, you know, we just wanted to come back and give you guys, you know, some more content and get your guys' thoughts, you know, saying about different things, man. And thank you, Mafa. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, appreciate that as well. But yeah, man. So thank you guys for coming out to the live, man. If there's anything else that you want to add. Oh, I'm sorry. It is something else that I want to add. One last thing. One last thing here. Before we get up out of here. Score predictions and why.
Okay.
Let me get you before we get up. Let me get your score prediction. I mean, you don't had a couple of days to sit on it. I know you gave one the other night, but you don't had like a day or two to think about it. We're getting closer to the game. How are you guys feeling? Real deal score predictions.
I feel like the Falcons gonna have to outscore the Texans. You look at CJ Stroud. I'm sorry, CJ Stroud. He's averaging 303 yards a game the first 4 games. So that lets me know that they're probably going to come out passing. Now the Falcons are top 4 in pass defense, which is going to be tough for them, which is why they have to make them one-dimensional, force them to run the football. If you can stop the run, I think,
Appreciate
hey,
it, brother.
you can stop the run. I think the Falcons have a legit chance. I think they're going to win the game anyway, but I think making the Texans one-dimensional will assure victory. So I'm gonna go. Like I said, they got to score points. So I'm gonna go 30-24 Falcons.
Okay. I like that, man. Hey, man, they giving it to me in the chat, man, as far as the scores, man. I'm seeing a lot of 20, 24, 21s. Okay, we got a 28-17. I also seen a 6-24. What's up, Champagne?
Hey, it's his honest opinion, man.
I
Hey,
love it,
maybe
man. I love it. I
maybe
love
he
it.
done
Love
lost
the honest,
confidence. Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows?
love the honest opinions, man. Love the honest opinions. Yeah, man. I agree with you though, Smitty. I agree in some aspects as far as like we're gonna have to definitely generate points. God darn it, we're gonna have to generate points because boy, we don't look like we can generate it. And
13
honestly, we're
points the
gonna have
last 2
to.
games. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But I mean the Texans, I mean, they're saying they feel like they can't stop the run. I mean, the past two games they've been playing a little bit better at the run compared to the beginning of the season. But
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, still, that's our thing, though, man. We have to run the ball, and we also have to have a competent quarterback who's going to get the ball out, who's going to make the right reads, who's not going to try to force it into Drake London, who wasn't open when you had Mac Hollins in the flat. When you know what I'm
right.
saying, you're not going to try to force it on the very next play to Kyle Pitts, who they're running the same depth of routes. So you know, just have a little bit more competence, like you did in the third quarter, getting that touchdown to Drake London. Do a lot more of that, like a whole lot more of that, and I feel like we'll be just fine. Like we'll be
Yeah.
just fine. But I'm
But
going
I'm gonna
to go.
predict one more thing. I'm gonna predict one more
Go
thing
ahead. Go
before
ahead.
you go. I think this is the game Bijan Robinson explodes. I think he goes well over 150 yards this game.
Hey man, I'm here to see it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But man, I would love to see at least Tyler Algiers getting over 50 yards.
Right.
That'll be great. You know what I'm saying? Just for his confidence too, because you don't want to lose Tyler. That's a great back right there. So you don't want to lose
Right.
him. So yeah, man. But as far as the game goes, I'm going to have faith in my beloved Dirty Birds, and I'm going to go 24-23 Falcons. Very close game, for like coming down to the wire and coming down to possibly maybe the last possession of the game, to where either the Falcons offense is going to have to make a play or the Falcons defense is going to have to stand up to this rookie quarterback who hasn't thrown a pick yet and has 6 touchdowns and over 1,200 yards. And we're talking about C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
But yeah, 24-23. Y'all remember me. That's what I'm going with for the final score of the Falcons and the Texans. Man, Falcons get their win, and that's what we need, man.
Right. Right.
Yes. Well, if you got, I think the stream trying to trip on me again. But if you got anything else, well, if you don't have anything else, man, we're going to get ready to wrap this thing up. Go ahead and talk to the people, Smitty.
Y'all know where to find me at, man. SMITTY Sports Machine on YouTube. You can go check out the Texans Falcons preview on my Spotify channel. Listen to it while you ride in the car at the gym or just running and getting your run on. But you can catch that week 5 prediction on Spotify, man. And like I said, catch me on Twitter at fatboyslim_21. And everything that I do, I place it on there. So if you want to find a link to the Spotify, it's on there as well.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys can still see me or hear me, but this is the show that is cooler and fly too. Let me see. Am I back? Am I here? Can you guys hear me? I don't know, but I can't even see myself.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, man. I couldn't even see myself at that point in time, man.
You were still talking. It was still recording. So
okay, I was about to say the internet is crazy. Y'all don't go to AI everything, okay? We need humans on some stuff out here. AI is not the full answer, okay? I'm saying it right here. A1 Forever Sports, Chris Tip Moore on Thursday, October 5th, 2023. Noted. Do not go all the way to AI. But anyway, man, thank you guys for joining, man. This is the show that's cool and fly too. A1 Forever Sports, Chris Tip Moore, where we be generational because it's always time to be in. We don't settle for less because we can always have more with the vision. Thank you so much to my brother, Smitty, with the Smitty Sports Machine. Man, I'm pretty sure Birdo somewhere in the background. So shout out to 95 North as well, man, doing his thing. Shout out to Out of Your Falcon Mind, who came through as well, the Dixon Way, doing the Dixon Raid. And of course, each and every one of you guys who came out to the live, thank you again. I can't say thank you enough, to be honest with you. So thank you guys again. And until next time, peace and blessings to you. And me and Smitty will holler.